going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Randy and I make videos on dropshipping. Well, I usually don't. Well, normally it's entrepreneurship, but lately I've been making on dropshipping. But anyways, today I'm going to be getting into how much time you need for dropshipping, because a lot of people think that dropshipping is a get-rich-quick scheme, and honestly, it can be, but usually those aren't the most sustainable ones. And if you truly want to be sustainable, it's going to take you some time and also some work. As a matter of fact, it's going to take a lot of work. And before I start, I do want to tell you guys to go and comment on my last video if you guys want me to do live Q&As once a week. If I get 10 comments on that video, I will start doing that once a week. Anyways, the time that I'm going to be breaking down as to how much time you need for dropshipping, this mainly depends on the strategy that I go by, and that is the branded niche strategy. So basically what it is that you get a niche, you build a brand out of it, and you make a store out of that. And it's that simple. However, there is a lot more that goes into the back end of it, which I'm kind of going to be getting into today, and you guys will understand a little bit more of what I do. Yeah, I'm sorry for my hair being crazy. I mean, it's kind of like the new style I'm going for, just kind of stay home a lot. And honestly, it's been a lot easier to do this. So hope you guys dig it. I mean, if you guys don't, whatever. You guys are here for the valuable content anyways. So these times are going to vary person to person, because some people have jobs and some people don't. Maybe you're under the age of 18 and you have a job, or you don't have a job, or maybe some people have a life to live and they have kids and a family, and it might take them a lot longer to do some things. So these times might vary, but let's say, for example, I say it's going to take a day. This would be for somebody that has a job, but in reality, the people that it takes a day for, the people that don't have jobs and they stay at home and basically do nothing, or you want to use your time more valuably, it's probably going to take you a few hours to do these things. And also, this is going to be if you're giving it your all. You're going to treat this like your business. You're going to treat this like your baby. And like I always say, the work that you put into something is what you're going to get back. But don't think you're going to make a quick buck, because the business model sounds like it's as easy as putting a product on a website from China and basically selling it from there. It's a lot more that goes into it, especially, like I said, if you want to be sustainable. Anyways, the first thing that's going to take some time is going to be deciding on a niche. Usually this takes up around a day. It can be a lot shorter, obviously, if you're really quick with brainstorming and deciding what you want, or you already know what you want. However, you want to make sure that it's possible to start a store with your niche. For example, AliExpress might not have all the products that you need for a store. And in this case, when you build a branded niche store, you need to have categories. You're gonna make it look like a Nike, like an Adidas, like in a Columbia. You're gonna need your categories, and you're gonna need several products to put in them, because if you just have one product in the category, it just does not look legit. So you're gonna need to take your time and go into AliExpress and see if you can actually make a store out of the niche. And also, you want to make sure that you're going into a good niche, because obviously there's some that are bad. For example, the fitness one, it's so saturated. Everybody does fitness, especially nowadays with everybody staying home and everybody thinks they can target people that want to do home workouts and they want clothing and accessories. So I personally think it's saturated, but that's just my personal opinion. The second thing that's going to take some time is deciding on a name and a domain. So what these are, obviously, is your store name. What do you want to call your store? And the domain is like, what do you want the URL to say? Do you want it to say adidas.com, adidas.co, adidas.shop? Some people say it's not a big of a deal. I personally just like to stay as formal as possible and keep it as .com, because that's what most people see, and I feel like that's what they trust the most. However, I've seen people with .shop and .co be completely successful. So I want to say it's up to you on what you want to do with that. Another thing you might want to do is try to make it catchy, and you also might want to take availability as trademarks, because some company names might be trademarked, and honestly, you don't want to get into that kind of legal trouble, because they could send you a cease and desist letter, or they can even file a lawsuit against you for making money with their name. It all depends on the company and what they decide to do. So really, you got to do your research here. This can take up to around a day. Again, like I said, even a few hours. You can just go online, look up a few things, and you'll find all the answers you need. And let's say you find a name that you really like, however the .com, the .co, and the .shop are taken, then you might have to add a little bit else to it. Like, let's say you're based in Australia, you might want to put adidasaus.com, because just to have that name. Or another one was like hismile.com is one that I found creative. You put hi behind it, or hey, or some catchy phrase that will really make your brand stick out. And obviously Hi Smile is really catchy, because with a smile comes a hi, and when you say hi, your teeth show, and this mainly sells products to whiten your teeth, so it really matches up well. The next thing that we're gonna get into is actually gonna take a little more time, and it's gonna take you about up to 3 days at the most, and like I said, it could be less depending on how much time you have. And this is the website design. So when you design your website, you want to make sure that you know what you're going for, what kind of look, what kind of feel, what audience you're targeting, and you want to make the website around that. So if you're targeting old people, you might want to make the website a lot more simpler, not too many buttons. But if you're targeting a younger audience, then chances are you're going to want to make things more colorful, probably want to make things more cartoonish, make things stand out. You know, it's all depends on you and what your niche is. Other things you're gonna have to look into is making legal pages, deciding on the colors that you're gonna wanna use. You really don't wanna use too many, because then it just looks scammy in my opinion, and you just don't have like a good branded niche feel to your store. And obviously you're gonna have to make a logo. You can go on places like Fiverr. I'm not sponsored by them at all, but I've seen people get logos for $5 to $20, very cheap, or you can make them on your own. There's websites nowadays that help you make them for very cheap, if not for free, or you can just brush up on your Photoshop skills and design something very simple. I personally just like to make the logo off of the name of the website. It makes it super simple and you don't have to worry about designing a whole logo. Unless you want to put a logo on the favicon, you can just use the whole name or the first letter or an image that describes your brand. Really not that big of a deal, but something I can tell you guys for sure is that you don't want the Shopify logo as your favicon. Once you have a website design, we're actually going to get into the things that really cost some time, and this is sourcing product/suppliers. So this is a big one, like I said in one of my past videos. This will make or break your business, and you want to make sure you have a good supplier. And the way you do this is by finding good listings that have a lot of detailed images, high quality, because you can't import those poor quality pictures to your store because then it's going to look scammy and it's not going to look legit. Like, when have you seen Nike with blurry pictures? You probably haven't. Very rare on their website, at least. I would probably try to contact the supplier, see if they're legit about their business and they won't be scamming you out of your money in the end. And a tool I really recommend you guys to use is Ali Tools. It's a Chrome extension that will tell you guys how good a supplier is. It's pretty simple to figure out how to use it, so I'm not gonna be getting into that at all. Now, once you find a supplier or a few, you mainly wanna stick to the least possible, but that one supplier might not have everything you need for your store, so it's understandable if you get more than one. The next thing you wanna do is import the products to your store, but the easiest thing to do is to make the descriptions, choose the images in Overload or whatever you use to import your products to your store, and also make size charts. This might take some time because you gotta put different descriptions for different products. However, for the majority of the products that are the same, let's say you're selling shirts and a lot of them are the same, go ahead and put the same description for all of them, but you might want to add in a few little details that make them different, because obviously you put the same thing over and over, people are going to realize that, and they might just think that you copy and paste everything, and they might not think it's legit. I don't know. That's more on the consumer side of things, but I like to make product descriptions and size charts more unique to every single product. And obviously what you guys probably been waiting for is the answer of how long this might take you. Sourcing products can take up to a week. Keyword up to. It can be a lot faster depending on how easy your suppliers make it, or how fast you can find suppliers and import their products into your store. Next up is going to be the most time costly thing that you're going to do, and this is going to be editing images. Why it's going to take so long is because you're going to have to learn Photoshop, or you're going to have to pay somebody to do it, and it's still going to take them time. The reason you want to edit your images is only if the images that are provided by AliExpress don't fit your store. So if you have Chinese logos all over your product images, people are going to know that your products are coming from China. And I know a lot of products already are made in China, but you don't want these Chinese logos on your website. You want to take them off. These are the logos of the suppliers. And additionally, you also want to take out background images if you want the background white on all your images. However, there's times where you can use product pictures such as model pictures that they have if they have them. However, not all suppliers or all products that they have are going to have the same pictures. So this is when you have to edit the images to make your website look formal and legit. Because let's say if I'm selling this flag and I have one with it hung up on the wall, and then one with it on the floor, and then one with it on a table, and they all have different background images, it just doesn't look legit and your website's all over the place. And the main thing here with the brand and niche strategy is all about the design and how clean you can make it look. This can take you anywhere between 1 to 3 weeks. 1 week being if you're experienced and you have a team. For example, me, I was kind of experienced and my dad is really experienced and he helped me out with my store, and we got it done within 2 weeks. However, it might take longer if you're a beginner and you have to learn Photoshop yourself. Yes, it might sound like a hassle initially, but as you learn Photoshop, you are going to be more experienced and you're going to be able to get things done faster. And that's just with anything you do, not just Photoshop. I know it's going to cost you like 10 bucks a month or whatever, but I think they have a free trial as well. And again, I wasn't sponsored by Photoshop to say that. It's just me telling you guys the tools that I use. We got 2 more things to go, and I'll sum up how much time in total it will take you instead of you guys having to figure out all the math. The next one is making ads. This really does not take that long. After you get the design part of your website, making the ads is really not that difficult because, like I said, you're already gonna have that Photoshop experience. You can make them really quick, and this should take you really at most a day. You wanna make at least 3 different types of ads. That way you can test them and see which one does better than the other. And then obviously from there, you're gonna scale the one that does the best. I forgot to mention, you're also gonna need to set up your marketing depending on what it is. I go through Facebook ads because that's what's worked for me the best. For this, you're gonna have to set up campaigns, assets, and then input your ads. Really, if you watch a quick YouTube video, that'll take you like 30 minutes at the most, maybe an hour at the most, but you can really figure this out yourself if you decide to do that, or you can watch a short video as well. Honestly, there's so many ways to go about it. However, this should really at most take you a day. It's really not that difficult. And last but not least, you're gonna have to fulfill orders, deal with customer support, and keep adding product. These 3 things are gonna be ongoing. So what I mean by this is that you're gonna keep doing this no matter what. You don't wanna stop fulfilling orders for obvious reasons. You wanna keep adding products to scale, and you're gonna have to deal with customer emails. You can hire people for anything that I listed. However, it's best to get the experience and also get some capital. That way you can invest in somebody to reply to your emails, fulfill the orders, and this and that, edit your images or whatnot. There's no time frame for this because it's gonna be something that you're gonna need to do to maintain your business up and running. Like I said, this is your business. This is your new job. This is gonna be your second job, third job, whatever it is. You gotta understand that this is yours now. You're gonna treat it like you're married to it, because if you really wanna make that cash, you gotta put in the. Now, to summarize how much time in total it will take you to get your business basically running, it can take anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks. Like I said in the past, it took me in total 2 weeks to get my store running. However, if it was just by myself, it could have taken me up to 4 weeks, even 6 weeks, because of the amount of dedication that I put into my store. But that dedication resulted me in really good results. And that just goes to show you guys that the work you put in is what you'll get out of it. And additional to that, you can wait at least a week to start seeing results and potentially be profitable if you do everything right. Now, if you start cutting corners and you have bad images here, bad ads, and you're not managing things properly, then obviously it's gonna take you a little while, because you're gonna have to keep testing, and it can take anywhere up to a month. But definitely, guys, if you do everything right, you can start seeing results as soon as a week. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you guys don't miss out on any future videos just like this one. With all that being said, guys, I will see you in the next video.